We know the ATF wants your guns. Now we've found out that they're also stealing your money. We'll talk about that in a moment with noted criminal defense attorney Tom Grieve. But first, we got a special giveaway going on. It's happening right now. It's absolutely free, but it ends really soon. I'm not allowed to tell you what it is, so click the link in the description down below to find out what you could win. Tom, news just rolled out that the ATF has stolen at least 20 million taxpayer dollars by misclassifying ATF employees as law enforcement officers who weren't really law enforcement officers. Apparently,
on purpose.
On purpose for a long time. Apparently, a couple of whistleblowers in the HR department, and I'm imagining what's happened there is that some other people in the HR department got classified as law enforcement officers and got the extra benefits. And these two were like, where's my money? Okay, I'm telling. It's out there now. And apparently government agencies have taken away the ATF's ability to classify their own employees now as to what jobs they do. Have you been following this at all? You heard anything about it?
I've not been following it, but it makes perfect sense since they can't classify what's a machine gun or a short barrel rifle.
That they won't say what an assault weapon is.
Right, but they can absolutely, misclassify then their own job positions. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the picture all kind of hangs together, if I'm being honest. But, I mean, look, also, if I'm being honest, I would be stunned if this wasn't happening to some degree or another across virtually all of our, Lord knows how many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of government agencies and sub-agencies, which isn't to let them off the hook. Let me be emphatically clear about that.
It sounds like we've become cynical, though.
We just see the world for what it is.
Yeah.
That's what we're giving the folks down the lens. People they go about their lives, they're retired, they're at work, whatever it is, and then they can tune in to what's really happening here at the USCCA channel with Tom and Kevin.
Wow, I feel more insightful just hearing that from you. So
that's why I'm noted.
Yeah, noted criminal defense attorney. So in your experience, and you're a learned person and one who has seen much of the ways of the world.
Here's the setup. The setup's coming. All right.
What happens as a result of this? I mean, are we going to see? I don't imagine anybody's going to go to jail. The ATF or the Justice Department is not going to prosecute some of their own. They're gonna. I mean, what do people do when they get caught? They just retire or what?
I mean, again, I heard about this a couple minutes before we turned on the cameras.
Well, and look how good you're doing.
And that's the way we like to do it, right?
Yeah.
So we get that live, raw reaction of what's going on here, deer in headlights. But what I think will happen is, yes, I agree with you. I would be surprised if there is any kind of criminal prosecutions or anything like that. I imagine there will be some reprimands thrown in some files, some forced retirements or some effectively forced retirements. Maybe so-and-so doesn't get promoted. This could put the glass ceiling on some of those career tracks. And some people are going to get reassigned, maybe as punishment or, again, maybe as a, let's see if we can get you to retire. We're going to put you in insert least desirable office here, doing least desirable job. So, that seems to be the way how government works.
What I didn't hear was words like repayment. Like, you've been overpaid for the last 15 years. Give us the money back.
No. That's not going to happen.
What I can hope for is that on Capitol Hill, during hearings, that some of the pro-gun, I'm not going to describe which party, I'm not allowed to do that. Some of the pro-gun lawmakers will call out the ATF on this, as with other things, like you said before. They have no idea how they're going to define all the parts of a firearm, but maybe now the lawmakers will see this report and say, hey, ATF, you can't be trusted. We need to make some changes.
Right. You can't be trusted with classifying your own jobs. But we're going to let you classify over 300, 400 million weapons that are out there with felony consequences on the line, right? I mean, again, it's disappointing. It's not terribly surprising. Just the ongoing problem is really just a lack of accountability, right? I mean, it's just a complete lack of accountability folks being able to do things and then basically get away with it all the time. And again, I'm not singling out the ATF. Today we're talking about the ATF, but really this is all over the place. It can happen in corporate America. It can happen certainly in government and so forth. And it's very unfortunate that when it happens because at the end of the day, here, we as taxpayers, we're the ones that's getting soaked, right? I mean, that's how you started the video, is the ATF is effectively stealing from taxpayers, stealing from you down the lens, right? And that's obviously a strong characterization, but I wouldn't call it a mischaracterization because it's accurate.
Yeah, and this is one of those things that just effectively erodes confidence in an agency that's already, I mean, we already look at them out of the corner of our eye. Like, what is the ATF doing? Why are they doing it? Why are they opposed to us as gun owners? And I think our relationship as gun owners with the ATF is adversarial. I mean, how else would we describe it? But now we understand that we've been paying extra taxes or more taxes, or our tax dollars are going to a situation where some in the ATF are classified as law enforcement officers when they have no law enforcement capacity in their job, no jurisdiction, nothing like that. They're getting extra pay, extra retirement, all sorts of extra benefits, and $20 million. To me, it seems like a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of government, probably not so much.
Their budget's like $1.5 billion or something like that. I mean, this is a rounding error, Kevin. Rounding error.
A couple decimal points.
I don't know where we are on time, but let's go out with a happy spin on this, okay? Here's the good news. It's not like they're arming Mexican drug cartels, right?
Anymore,
right? But that's my point, right?
Yeah.
This represents improvement, and that should be commended in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? It's not what we would like to see, but as you said, not a surprise. So the ATF, we didn't trust them before. We trust them less now.
As I like to say, what the ATF.
Great. Thank you very much, Tom. Before you go, you just missed one of our best videos that got over 500,000 views. Click right here to watch it now.